You gotta sit down for this one. As men across the world try to grapple at what it means to be a man, we're seeing a schism open up between two very different versions of masculinity on the table for young men. Nothing personifies that more perfectly than the clip you're about to watch, when a rowdy and insecure alpha male clashed with a more somber interpretation of masculinity on the discussion stage. But even though there's things we can salvage from both sides, I need to give some more nuance that I think is very easy to miss. Subscribe for more discussions like this, and let's get into it.
How do you define success?
My definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean shit to me. If you got straight tits and you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a clown to me. I'm just laughing at your dumb ass. But this is the whole point. You have a weakness. Change it. How the are you going to lead people if you don't realize your weakness is their way out? They're not going to listen to you. You're sitting there possessing shit that they don't want to have. So, I mean, this is what people say. Oh, it's not about the money. It's about family, Wes. It's about this, about that. When you're making money, it's about the money. When it's family, it's about family. When you're at the gym, it's about muscle. Whatever you're doing, it's about that. There's no black and white life. It's the gray area. You have to be good at everything. That's the goal, to really excel in every area. And that's the worst thing about these. They try to give you relationship advice. You got a borderline Miami 2. That's like a Mississippi 6. Don't give me relationship advice to my 10 when you got a 2. Shut up. But this is the whole thing. People don't think I'm going to put the measuring stick to their face. They better just watch what they say around a who's beating them in every area. You better have a bad bitch. You better be ripped. You better be rolling some sick shit. That's what I like. I grew up hustling. There's be rims on my goddamn Phantom.
My definition of success is having a family, having children, and being part of the apparatus of the world. And true wealth is a rejection of materialism. As Christ said himself, what good does it benefit a man to gain the entire world at the cost of his soul? It's okay to have materialism. It's not against Christian ethics to become rich, become wealthy. But I just think it's all beside the point, ultimately. You're trying to go for a single thing, and it's to achieve something greater than
money?
the person.
Does he have money?
No.
Do you have money?
No, I don't have.
How much money do you have?
I don't have money. But here's the thing. Why is money valuable?
Do you have money?
What is money valuable for?
I'm just asking. Do you have money?
I just said no. I'm broke. I'm a nobody.
No, but really, you are?
Yeah.
Is he really broke?
Yeah.
I just want to know. I have to know.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of these rich guys. I don't have a Bugatti. I don't have a Lambo. I don't have a Ferrari.
I just really have to know. Like, how much money you got?
Probably the $5 in my pocket. Not much more.
See, can anyone answer for the guy?
Why do they think I'm kidding? I have a family. I take care of an entire family.
And you know why that's important? Let me rephrase what he just said there. Happiness is not in rejecting materialism, but in transcending it, and it should always be a subordinate to things like family, principles, integrity, and inner fulfillment. The reason I say this is because as a society, we need to produce a holistic idea of masculinity that our young boys can follow. And it has to include a material component as well as a more spiritual and emotional one, because young men will pursue those things regardless. If society fails to do that, it's going to result in loud and roughed up men like this guy in all white offering up their own version of hardline masculinity. That's very attractive to the mind of a rebellious young man. Here's the truth about men. Without a purpose and a goal that's larger than ourselves, we start to implode within ourselves, fall into desperation, depression, and lose our self-esteem. Men need responsibility and a reason to get up in the morning. They need someone in their life that they need to be a hero for, because that's where their sense of self-pride and self-respect comes from. None of that is possible if young men are allowed to grow into their 30s, 40s, and even 50s without having built a family around them. Materialism, while important, can only satisfy you for so long. And the moment that you start thinking on a longer time scale, you realize how ephemeral it all really is.
How in the world can you create a standard that it's inappropriate to ask somebody, how come if I don't have X thing, because I don't value X thing, does that mean X thing is actually valuable?
You've never experienced it, so you can't speak about it.
You think that I haven't experienced wealth? Even poor people.
I was asking if you did.
Even poor people experience days of wealth.
I was asking if you did. I don't know who you are.
But even poor people experience days of wealth. And so the thing is
no, definitely not.
Definitely so. Definitely so.
I've lived the lowest lows and the highest highs.
Well, what's the distinction? After you make X amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you look at these studies done on this, it does not.
I don't fit no studies,
It does not
bro.
hugely improve a person's life.
Are you proud of who the you are?
Why
Well,
don't
look
you
at,
even
are
let
you
me
proud?
get-
If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this is proud of who the he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've been-
and tell me you're fucking proud of
Because
yourself.
I've been to fucking prison?
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No,
you
they
guys.
go to prison.
Get your ass
Hold on,
beat
hold
in
on,
front
hold
of
on.
You think that
everybody.
that's better?
Guys,
You think that that's better?
Let's let him give his definition of success, and then
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a
let's-
man is,
let's
you
let him-
guys.
let's let him get
Please
his-
don't listen to that.
See what I mean? That's what happens when you're fixated on the material. You remain a young boy rather than growing up into a man. These kind of insults are only heard in a place like the school playground, not when two adults are speaking over their masculinity and what it means to them. If you've read the work of Warren Farrell and the book The Boys Crisis, you realize society today is doing a really poor job shoring up the self-esteem of young men or giving them a reason to put in the effort needed in their life. That means discussions like this cannot afford to be hijacked by childish comebacks and drown in laughter. For example, are you aware that more than a third of all men below the age of 30 in the US report loneliness and a lack of romantic contact? That's a class of men that's just checking out of the entire system, and it's the country at large that's on the losing end. There's no amount of cars, fancy watches, or nice clothes that's going to fill that void of purpose that men seek.
I do think that a rejection of materialism is something missing in society, and I do think that true wealth is the family, being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
And then
what
when
I
you
think
go to the
success
beach
is.
with your family, they're like, there's my stud dad right there standing there. Dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from
Sure.
nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's, God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining
that
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
Dude, I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna attack?
Straight
You're gonna
up.
attack me?
all right,
No, but dude, nobody's
All right.
Do you
whining.
usually attack
This
armed
is
men
how
in
I
Florida?
talk, bro. Dude,
All right.
look
Let's
at
just-
your goddamn self.
Okay,
Guys,
well,
guys,
I've never seen such a pathetic.
Okay,
Let's-
well,
let's chill out a little
I'll-
bit, man. A little bit.
This is not what men
Let's let
look
him.
like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners?
Dude,
Is that what they look like?
This is the problem in society. Is people like this think they could talk to someone like me like that. They really think they can. He knows he wouldn't do shit about it, and that's the problem.
I mean, you're the one who got hostile for having a difference of opinion.
Dude, check it out. You started coming at me about some other shit. Jesus
yeah.
Christ, men don't have tits. We can agree on that. Physically,
Men usually have hair. We can agree on that, too.
He has
Physically.
crossed over.
I love these comebacks. Sometimes there's really only one way to respond to someone like this. In the last few years, we've seen a new masculine resurgence happen online, with disenfranchised men that huddled together to find some kind of solution and guidance. They needed some kind of father figure to lead their hand through life, but often found that role missing in their life. That's partly what led to the meteoric rise of people like Jordan Peterson and more recently influencers like Andrew Tate, each offering up their own brand of masculinity. And while it's not always healthy, these men who are left out in the cold believe something is better than nothing. In the end, society at large will have to step up because, as they say, the most dangerous thing in the world is a man with nothing to lose. And we're producing too many of such men today. The absolute first step is to make them part of a close-knit family system where they can play a productive role. And that's why I think the solution this man is offering transcends material success with family, purpose, and responsibility.
Expensive watch.
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an argument.
like Jesus Christ.
They're skilled. They're skilled at some
you.
things.
Whoever fucking said
Hang
that.
on. That bass
Kick
guy
you
right
in
there
your
just said, hell
face,
yes,
little
shut up. That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
The whole crowd says, yeah, we'd hang out with them.
Different guys on the
this
panel.
is why most people don't invite me
Guys,
places.
Different guys
Yeah,
on the
we
panel.
can tell.
Have different.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's got like a half a jelly donut.
Hey, bro, your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head.
You sure are you sure you shave your head? Or?
Okay. We got
All right. Go ahead, Miguel.
Bro, George Michael wants his pants back.
Dude, God damn! Look at whose shirt is that, dude? Your mom bought you that. Your aunt bought you that for fucking Thanksgiving dinner. That's like Oshkosh Bagosh or some shit, bro. Jesus
welcome to the
Christ.
roast session today.
Dude, these
Worship
guys
it.
must have grown up with money. The
Bro, you
people who didn't
worship
grow up with
material.
money chase money. The people who
Worship
didn't grow-
materialism.
Shut the f up.
You
don't
worship
know me,
it.
you
You
fucking
can tell.
lame.
That was just embarrassing on the guy's part. I honestly think there was at least some substance to what he was saying, if only he was able to be more mature rather than shouting it down. In the end, perhaps it ended up in a good drama for the audience. It hardly did anything to advance the important discussion. I think the true understanding between them comes when you're able to prioritize one over the other, and as important as your material needs to be, you can be sure you would give up all of them to have a family if you didn't have one,